Ready, lad?
Yeah.
Right, welcome to Abit podcast. This week we're just going to go through a Q&A with big Owen Livesey. Obviously we're going into the new year now. New year, new you and all that shite. So we thought we'd answer some of your questions going into the new year. So we'll start off with the first one we have is Je t'aime, bro, which means I love you, bro, in French.
Decent.
Good start. So second question, is 2 sessions of Jiu Jitsu and a weight routine enough to make good progress?
Depends what progress is though, doesn't it? Like, depends on your goal. Like, you're going to progress. Like, you're lifting twice a week. Like, we've said that on previous ones. Like, I think lifting twice a week's enough anyway. But, like, progress in what? Like, you're not necessarily going to get much bigger if you're looking to gain size in 2 sessions, really. 2 sessions of jiu-jitsu, you're definitely going to get better, but...
It's one of them, innit? We get better through repetition, and the more reps we get in, do you not think that that accelerates the progress?
It does. Like, two sessions a week in jiu-jitsu, you're never going to be a world beater.
No.
But over 10 years, you will get quite good.
Yeah, the maths on that, you do 2 a week, fucking 52 weeks in a year. Can't do maths off the top of my head. 104.
Yeah.
That's 1,040
You'll
sessions.
progress. You will progress. You'll get stronger. You'll definitely get stronger off 2 sessions a week, so I don't actually think you need more.
Yep.
I think if you want to grow and get bigger, you need more.
I totally agree with that. That 2 sessions a week is just ideal for everyone. I think for someone who has made the mistake of thinking that I need to do more, and that has just led to me having an ACL, MCL, meniscus tear in my right knee, a fucking LCL meniscus tear in my left knee, a left torn bicep, because I was always just trying to strive to do more. When I realised that, put the sport first. You're a jiu-jitsu athlete that lifts a bit of weights to supplement your sport.
I'm a bodybuilder. Sorry, you got that wrong. I'm a bodybuilder that does a bit of grappling.
You are, yeah, you're different. That's where people need to differentiate that.
So, but yeah, twice a week, I reckon you still progress 100%. But if someone's doing 5 sessions a week, they progress quicker. So
yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're right. Right, next question. What would you say are the most vital gym lifts to aid grappling?
I don't think any lifts specifically aid grappling. I think lifting's lifting. And I think whatever sport you're doing, it's just about getting stronger. And for me, the best way to get stronger is just your compound lifts, and then fill it with your accessories. So you'll know more than that with Grapple Strong.
Yeah. With that there, what are the most vital gym lifts? Like, if you had a gun to your fucking head, you would just go a squat, a deadlift, some form of push, some form of pull. What you got to realise is, like, everyone's different. I don't want to pull out one exercise and go, this is the number one, because Owen Livesey versus 130 kilos, 6'7" bloke, Owen might back squat, whereas the guy who's 130 kilos and 6'7", he might struggle doing a back squat. So we've got to find a squat variation that fits him. And that might be a sandbag squat. That might be a fucking Zercher squat. He might not be able to squat because his mobility is that fucking bad, so he's got to do something like a trap bar deadlift. There is no vital lift.
I think, like, if you were going to say, right, I've got 2 sessions a week, what can I do? Personally, all I would say to someone is make sure you are covering push, pull, squat or deadlift and the hinge.
Yeah. And
then fill it with some accessories and some fucking buys and tries.
That's it, yeah, mate. Fucking make sure you do arms every day. That's the most... In fact, actually, no. Cancel all of that. The most vital gym lift is bicep curl, tricep extension, everything else don't matter.
Yeah. I'd recommend putting a towel in your car, and everywhere you go, taking a towel, because there's always something you can put a towel around and curl.
Yeah, you're right.
And I've lived with that for a long time.
It's a fair point, but yeah, right. So regarding to answer that question, probably, what's the most vital gym lifts? The most vital gym lifts is actually, first off, get into the fucking gym and lift. And then if you are going to be in the gym and lift, that's it. Cover the big compounds. A push, that could be a bench press, a dip, a overhead press, be that dumbbell push press, whatever you want it to be. Do some form of pull, do horizontal and vertical. That could be a pull up, a lat pull down, a 3-point row, a dumbbell row, chest point row, whatever. like Owen said there, deadlift, hinge, both the same thing. But yeah, doing a deadlift is definitely great, and then doing IDLs, all that kind of stuff as well is great. And then some form of squat, that be that a belt squat, a back squat, front squat, whatever, and then fill that. I would say get some neck in there if you can. Do some neck, do some arms, do some lower leg stuff like calf raises as well, just to get the ankle mobility. But yeah, I think we'll beat that. Do you naturally just get better at grappling with time on the mat?
No, you don't know, because some time on the mat in some places is shite.
Yeah, that's a fucking fair point.
It is.
It's a fair point.
It's the same as everything, though, isn't it? It's like, it's almost like quality over quantity. It's like you might be in a shit gym on the mat 7 times a week.
God, that's a really good point.
But I'm in a good gym on a mat 3 times a week. I will smash you every time I compete against you because you're training shit. Like, if you're training somewhere and you've got a good coach, you've got good partners, things are done in a clever way, so you're not just knocking lumps out of each other every day, so you're actually able to be on the mat as much as you want, then more time on the mat, you will definitely get better. But if your gym's not bang on, then it don't really matter how much you're on the mat. You probably, I could name some places where you spend more time on the mat, you probably get fucking worse.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? That is such a good fucking point, Steve. For me, someone who's not got your level of wisdom might have looked at that and gone, yeah, you would, but it's a really good fucking point. And I think even the way you said, even about the way naturally, it's fucking hard work. You have just got to work hard as well on the mat and you to get better. Like, I think you said it the other day to me. It's like, this stuff isn't just going on the mat. It's the things that surround it as well. It's what you sleep, it's what you eat, it's what you consume.
The lifestyle, like you see some nerds, and they are nerds as well, saying like Jiu Jitsu lifestyle. It's not a fucking Jiu Jitsu lifestyle. It's just a lifestyle of an athlete, or it's a lifestyle of someone that just wants to get better. Like, you get better from doing your sport, but you get better. There's a lot of shit that needs to be right outside. Like, I'm not as strict now, but when I was full time at Camberley, like, I was one boring cunt. And it was just train. Well, I still am, yeah. But I was worse then.
Yeah.
And it was literally just training. As soon as I come off, all I would think about is the food that I was having next, and that was always bang on. Like, there would never be shit food in there.
Yeah.
So my food was bang on. Then I'd nap.
Yep.
Because we didn't have to work. So this is in an ideal scenario, like your average bloke that works here ain't going to be able to do this. And then I'd get up and I'd eat something that was perfect for my diet again. And then I'd train really well again. And then I'd eat again. And then I'd go to bed again. And I'd probably get a sauna in. And I'd just, like we are right now, is just building good habits though with the saunas and that we're doing now. And I already feel better for that now. I think this isn't just for people that don't work and they train full time. Like, we've got lads at the gym who train full time, have a job, and still do the right things around. Like, this one, I don't know a lot about that shit, but like, and I hate doing it as well. I hate doing it, but like food prep and shit like that, I'm terrible with that. It's probably my weak area is my food. But there's no excuse if you actually want to be good at something, then you have actually got to do the right things. And yeah, it might make your week 10% harder, but you're not going to get better without doing it.
There's that lovely quote where it's suffer or suffer, and it's normally like a photo with someone who is shredded to the bone, you know what I mean? Or then some fat cunt who sat on the couch. It's like you either suffer doing the hard work or suffer
with diabetes.
Suffer with diabetes, yeah, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
But so, the chances are as well that ripped bloke is a boring cunt.
Yeah, I think there's a continuum, or there's like if you had an L graph, the more shredded you are, the less of a personality you have.
It is true.
That's why my personality is class.
Yeah, mine's awful.
Next question. So here's a good one. Have you ever had to kick anyone out of your gym?
No. Like, what does someone have to do for you to kick them out though? Like,
yeah,
I always think,
I can't wait for you to kick me out. I can't wait. I don't want to come back.
Like, you're probably the closest. But like, I'd like to think that you can always nip it in the bud before it even gets that. I don't know what someone would have to do for me to kick them out.
Yeah,
like,
I'll talk from like being a member of your place. Is like you are very good at finding the root cause and just getting straight to it. Like there's never been a problem at Carltons.
No,
off the top of my
there's
head.
a few people that have like pissed me off in the past, but like they'd be able to tell you who they are because I've just pulled them up, had a chat, and then it's just never happened again.
Yeah, and that's
Like,
just standards.
I don't know how to get to the point where you have to be like, mate, you're gonna have to leave.
Yeah.
I think like you talk man to man or man to woman, and if they're mature enough to see what they've done, then I don't know how you get to the point of throwing them out.
When I used to own a gym, we threw someone out. It's a good story, to be fair. It's a funny story. There was these two dickheads. One's called Graham and the other one was called Martin. And I hope to see this. It could be funny as fuck if they do. There used to just be these big two dickhead, full of gear, full of fucking, just big strong men, just big dickheads. But that was funny, to be fair. But like powerlifters now, like they come in with a full suitcase, don't they? They come in with a full suitcase, tripod, fucking, they got all sorts in there. I used to have these big daft bags and fucking chalk all over the gym. And they used to just grind our gears, used to grind me and my business partner's gears all the fucking time. But they'd wind us up, so we'd wind them up. So every time they failed the lift, we'd be like, where you fucking shit cunts? It was like, oh, are you just doing eccentrics today? Where's the fucking concentric there? And it was one day, one of them squared up to my business partner. He squared up to him. He kept going for this back squat and he kept failing it. And my business partner was like, wait, fucking hell, that another eccentric lad. Fucking squared up to him. So we grabbed the bags.
Mid-set?
Oh, funny.
No
Yeah.
way.
Funny as fuck. So we grabbed the bags. Had these big daft backpack, like fucking bags or whatever. So we just grabbed them and just fucking launched them at the front
Threw the
door.
belongings out?
Yeah, threw the belongings out, mate. It was one of the funniest things. Like, we're still on good terms. You met Graham, actually. You know,
Was that with the fucking mad veins?
Yeah. It was fucking, it was funny. Like, it ended on good terms. I remember I was out for a run when I was a soy boy. And I ran by them both. And it was like Christmas. They were sat there looking at all these Christmas lights. So I just seen him on this bench. I thought, fucking can't wait for this. I'm going to sprint up to him. Walking by, I was like, fuck off, you fucking daft cunt. So I just ran down the street.
How was Graham's double leg defence?
He'd gas.
I'd be fucked now.
Yeah, he'd be gas, mate, yeah. Anyways, 3 things you wish you knew as a white belt. Are we talking Judo or Jiu Jitsu here, you reckon?
Probably Jiu Jitsu, yeah. But... mate, I've been lucky, mate, and I've spoke about this loads. I have been very lucky that I've just been my first gym was fucking fantastic. Yeah. Like, we were doing judo Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We had John Mellin, who was a Commonwealth bronze medalist, teaching us freestyle wrestling Tuesday, Thursday, and then we had Andy Aspinall teaching us jiu-jitsu on a Sunday. So, like, I just had a fucking good gym. And I think that is very important, that you start in the right place. Because the amount of people, not just coming to our gym, but when I was young, the amount of kids that came into the gym that I was in, and the basics and fundamentals were that bad that you more or less couldn't change them.
Yeah.
I've seen that loads and I still do now, so I think it's hard for me to say what I wish I knew as a white belt, because without being a little bit ignorant, I feel like I just had the best...
yeah.
Not upbringing, but I don't know what the word would be.
No, I mean, you've had a good culture
Got
right
a
from
really
the start.
good start, yeah.
That could be one of the things though, is like, make sure you find a good facility. But
for a white belt, if a white belt was coming in the gym now and said to me, like, what can I do to make sure I get the most out of my jiu-jitsu, I would say, make sure you're in the right place.
Yeah.
By right place, I mean, like, good coaching, an environment where you get on with everyone, an environment where you're comfortable, an environment where you're happy to come a lot.
Yeah.
Because if you actually want to get good, you might start twice a week, and I'd probably recommend that you do start 2 or 3 times a week so you don't burn out. And then when 2 or 3 times a week gets easy, add 1 more, and that gets easy, add 1 more. And if you're not comfortable in this place and you're not looking forward to going to this place every day, then you're not actually going to realistically be able to do that.
No, that's it, no.
I'd say always be coachable. Like, when you start noticing a bit of progress and you win your first white belt rumble, don't think that you're uncoachable and watch an instructional and think you'll learn that instead, because I do instructionals and a lot of the instructionals provide you with a good template, but not the 150 speed bumps that you get with every technique.
Yep.
So I'd say, like, always listen to your coach, get out and travel, but don't push that as a white belt. Like, try and build a base where you are first, a base that'll carry you and let you actually practice some stuff and learn some lessons when you go out rather than just getting battered. Keep your feet on the ground when you start to get a little bit of success and you see a few improvements. And like I said, just make sure you find an environment that you would be happy to go to every day if you needed to.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good, fair point. The next question: any general tips for longevity in grappling which are easy to apply? Great question. Fucking great question.
Like, go on.
I mean, for me, the recovery is a big part of it, innit? Like, fucking sleep, eat well. Like, them things that I think most injuries just come from being fucking tired and being overtrained. Wait, there's no such thing as overtraining.
Overtrain, no. I think, like...
But make sure you, like, it's under recovery, innit? There's no such thing as overtraining under recovery, but make sure you're fucking recovered. That's gonna be the biggest bang for your buck in terms of longevity.
Yeah, I'd just say don't. It's hard. Like, people spar every single day, balls out.
But they've adapted to that, haven't they?
Yeah, but they are fucked as well.
Yeah.
So it depends. They are, mate. Like, if you speak to anyone who's very good at grappling, Jiu Jitsu, Judo, whatever, if you ask them how their body is, they will be fucked.
Yeah.
I honestly, mate, I can probably put as much as I've got on the fact that anyone at the top of their sport will be fucked.
Yeah.
Because none of it's healthy. You're not meant to train 18 times a week.
Yeah.
But it has to be done to get there. But it just depends on what your goals are again. Because, like, for me, if your goals are to get as high as you possibly can and be one of the best in the world or be one of the top people in the world at your sport, you're gonna have to fuck your body up.
Yeah.
Like, you are, because it's your body's going through too much stress. It's not meant to do that.
I think another point on this was what you kind of alluded to on that last part. It is also finding a good gym, a good partner. Like for me, what's kept me going is, like you said, the gym. Like, when I don't go, I feel like I'm letting the boys down. Like, I feel like I'm letting Jonah down or whatever. Like, I know that's not longevity, but if you want to talk about being like longevity in the sport, because if you're one of them where you take one bang and that's it's like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to go back to that. See, that's also longevity. Like, what's keeping you in it?
Yeah, and I think you've got to listen to your body. But I hate saying this because it's always took the wrong way. Like, I hate saying it. So it's like, when I say listen to your body, I mean, like, if you're injured, rest.
Yeah, is it like knowing the difference between like a micro injury versus an actual injury?
Yeah. And I go back to that again. Is like, when I was doing judo, we didn't even stop when we were injured, unless it was a knee reconstruction. Yeah, we genuinely didn't. We just strap it up with fucking tiger tan tape, and you'd be training. Yeah. Definitely not good for health, but everyone there got fucking good. Yeah. I don't know if that's the right way, but that's the way we did it. But then if you're a 35-year-old man who works full-time and he's got 3 kids, you shouldn't be doing that either. No.
That's it. When it comes to this stuff, like, don't forget about the low-hanging fruit, because you're saying there, what are easy to apply. If I said to you right now, mate, what's your fucking sleep like? Get to fucking sleep. Food, what's your protein intake like? Again, another low-hanging fruit. Do you do any form of mobility? No? Do some fucking mobility. Do you do any strength work? No? Do some strength work.
I'd say strength work. Strength work's huge for Jiu Jitsu as well, I think.
That's it.
Now your body gets mangled doing Jiu Jitsu, I just feel like hypertrophy style training or some volume as well just helps so much to have some muscle around them joints. And
that's it. It's like armour building, innit? Yeah. Getting more muscle is just like building armour. The more armour you've got, the fucking less you're going to get hurt.
Yeah. I'd say in a nutshell, sleep right, eat right, do a bit of mobility, follow a easy to stick to strength program, spar a few times a week. Technical drills can almost be used as recovery. Yeah. And if you have any serious niggles, just knock back on the sparring for a little bit and watch it instead.
I'll add a 10-piece to that as well. Find a good training partner. I think that's one thing that has kept me in this game. Like, cause sometimes when I used to turn up, I had a bit, nothing against other people, because I'm not making out I'm anything. But when you go with someone and it's kind of a bit of a shit night, like they don't really know how to do the techniques, and you kind of like trying to help them, and they're resisting in the wrong way, like, you kind of like, oh, fuck, that was a fucking shit session. That. Find a good fucking partner who knows how to work with you. And
a good partner's a lot. It's a lot in your development as well. If you have a partner who just doesn't fucking move, you don't get better. No, you don't get better. Like like I can't remember which coach it was that said it to me. Someone said it to us years and years and years ago. Is that like you improve through being a partner as well? Like, I don't know. I can't really think. It would be the same in jiu-jitsu, but especially judo. Like, there's so much to do with just movement on the feet.
Yeah.
That me being a good relaxed partner, I actually develop my own movement as well. Like, you get better through being.
You understand, don't you? Like you understand it from both sides as well. But that's it. That is always something for me. It's like when I am sleeping like shit or when I am eating like shit, I'm like, it does cross the back of my mind. Like, you're letting your fucking partners down. You know what I mean? You're letting your team down. Like, so yeah, that is a big part. Anyways, we're gone all fucking day with that one. What's the difference between no-gi and submission grappling?
None.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
For me,
it's all the same thing.
no-gi is submission. Like, I genuinely just think no-gi nowadays is just submission wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Submission wrestling. It's wrestling with submissions. Like,
you said to me the other day, he's like, you said it kind of passing funny. Like, we don't do jiu-jitsu, we do grappling, which is judo, which is wrestling, which is jiu-jitsu,
combined.
Which is like
catch wrestling.
Catch wrestling, like
jiu-jitsu for me is in a gi.
Yeah.
Like, they used to be quite similar, but jiu-jitsu in a gi now, and grappling in no gi or submission wrestling, are so fucking different.
I was gonna say I'm not an avid watcher of gi at all, but it does just seem like it's chess versus checkers.
See, I honestly, mate, I still have something for gi, as in, like, it's hard to beat, seriously, when there's 30 plus people on a mat in a gi, standing, fighting like fuck.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat. Like, genuinely, if you go in,
it's fucking rough. Like,
if you walked into Camberley when we were all there on a a Tuesday night sparring and a Thursday night, but especially a Tuesday, 40 people on the mat, all black belts, all battering each other standing, hard gripping, everyone's hands are strapped up. It's fucking phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, but it's fucking rough.
Gi jiu-jitsu just doesn't do it for me. Like, I would compete in it, but it's just too much stalemates. I think the guards are so technical now. You're getting wrapped up with lapels. There's so many positions that there's just no movement.
Yeah.
I know, like, I might get some shit for that, but because it's very technical, it's much more technical.
There's an extra step in it to everything. Like with gi, I'm assuming there's like an extra step to everything. It's like break the grip, then move, break the grip, then move, break the grip.
It's so technical. I have loads of respect for people that are shit hot at it. I really do. And I know how strong you've got to be.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely think you've got to be much stronger to be successful in gi than you have in no gi. I do believe that. I
suppose you judo as well. Like, it's like an isometric strength
because unbelievable.
Because you're constantly holding onto some fucking hard material, aren't you? You know what I mean?
We used to do training camps, 3-day training camp. We'd go home raging tendonitis. Raging.
Yeah, but it was, yeah.
But you're so strong. So, like, I used to be so much stronger than I am now.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a different strength to lifting weights.
Yeah. Yeah, you just
like,
can't match
grabbing a bloke in a kit and physically fucking throwing him to the other side of the room.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't beat it. No, strength.
But you can't even, like, imitate that, really, can you? You can't fucking wrap a gi around a kettlebell and swing it about. It's just not the same.
But not many people have seen judo at that level. People just see judo as walking in your local judo club, which... not everywhere, but I'd say 75% of them clubs that you're going to walk in are pretty shit.
Yeah.
International training camps in judo, if you went and actually just watched them, would be one of the best things you've watched.
Oh, yeah, but it'd be entertaining as fuck, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Right, next question. What do you think about what do you think about a gym that's teaching... all right, I'm going to read it out properly. What do you think about a gym that's only teaching no-gi?
Love it. Like we just said, it's a different sport.
Yeah. Like, you're gonna progress at no-gi very, very fast as well.
Like, we have a lot more no-gi now on MMA classes than we do gi.
Would you say it's 80-20?
Yeah. And that's like nothing even to do with me. That's literally just... that schedule over 3 years that the gym's been open has changed so many times because I've tried different shit.
Yeah.
And I even tried to put a judo sparring class on a Friday night because of what I've just spoke about, how good it can actually be. But it's fucking hard as well.
Yeah.
So I remember the first session we started with that. 25 people sparring, and I thought, fuck me, this would be good if it's like this every Friday.
Yeah.
Next week I came, there's 7 because they're all fucked.
Yeah.
So it's just not sustainable with people that work full time.
Yeah.
No-gi, like, if someone wants, like, the days have gone now of should I train in the gi to get better at no-gi? Like, if you want to be good at gi, do gi. If you want to be good at no-gi, do no-gi. So if you gym specifically for no-gi, then you get a decent striking coach in, average wrestling coach, you've probably got no-gi and MMA down for people to get to a level that they can compete at least. So if that's what they want to do, then yeah, like,
I think
no
if a gym's choosing only to go down that no-gi route, then it says a lot about them. Like, they're going to be able to double down on no-gi training. They're not having to, the coach or head coaches aren't having to, if they are going through a system or a program or whatever, all they've got to think about is no-gi. They don't have to think about the gi.
You almost get to the point where you're specialising in no-gi.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Everything he's looking at and researching is no-gi. So
yeah.
in some places it could speed up your development, really. Like, I only teach no-gi now. It's almost for that reason.
Yeah.
Like, everything I think of now is no-gi.
Yeah.
What I need to do for a comp, which is obviously going to help everyone else. Then how that can apply to the lads who are doing MMA.
Yeah.
Because if I was to go to gi now, there's so much shit that you got to think of. There's so many different fucking wizard guards going on in the gi now.
I remember that. I can't remember the guy's name, but when was that Polaris in Italy? And that guy did a pass by folding the other guy's pants in his toes, holding the pants with his toes, and passed the guard. It's like,
but like, for me, how do you watch that on the internet for so long without pressing pause and having a wank? Seriously though. Like, fantastic technique, mate, whoever it was, and fair play.
Yeah, he was like some legend of like grappling. I feel bad for not knowing his name.
I don't know. But fair play. His technique must have been unbelievable.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just my attention span, but I couldn't sit there long enough to know the ins and outs of that.
Yeah.
Well done, and whoever it was, fantastic technique.
Well, actually, we just said that. So the next question is, do you agree that training in the gi improves your no-gi game? Hear it a lot.
I don't agree, but there's 100% principles from gi that should be carried over to no-gi that people don't do, like gripping.
What I was gonna say, go on. What are the principles?
So like, I've done a lot of Jiu Jitsu in gi with Carltons down south, but because it was all the judo lads crossing over, it was a lot of judo style Jiu Jitsu.
Yeah.
So I can't really speak on how other clubs train, but I can in no-gi. Like, honestly, like 90% of the gyms I've ever been to that do no-gi, nobody trains gripping, which is insane, because coming from judo, like, you cannot throw unless you win the grip.
Yep.
Like,
that's like the principle of judo is you need to get the grip so you're not going anywhere, kind of thing.
So like, if I don't grip in judo and you grip, you get your perfect grip all the time and I don't, so you fucking win all the time.
Yeah.
But then in no-gi, for some reason, everyone thinks it's wrestling, which it's not. So they shoot doubles from miles away and get front headlocks.
Yeah.
They shoot singles from miles away and get easily sprawled on, they're at risk again. Or they just go into a default collar tie with no knowledge of how to try and get inside position.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you shouldn't even be doing any of that. You should be fighting wrists first. So, like, you should always be like, your first point of contact should be the hands, the wrists. Control them and then go to the inside from there, whether that be a collar tie, an arm drag, a 2-on-1, a single leg, fucking anything. Like double underhooks to a body lock. Has to be grips, same as someone pulls guard. If I don't, it's insane when you see like people get leg locked in 10 seconds because someone's pulled guard and they just walked at them and they get single leg X'd fucking heel hooked, and it's like, mate, what have you been doing?
Yeah.
Seriously, you don't even have to know leg lock defence if you've got good gripping, and you would have you'd have a little bit better of a chance than what that lad did, who's probably been studying leg locks.
Yeah.
Because if you control the hands, you can't grab your legs.
Yeah, you can't leg lock without his fucking hands.
But then if you put a little bit of leg lock defence on top of that, and then you build a couple of passes off the fact that when you grab his hands, he's going to break the grips because he cannot do anything else. Like, if I grab your hands and you don't break the grips, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So when I grab your hands, I know you're going to break the grips.
Yeah.
So if I build passes off the back of you breaking the grips, then you're always behind and I'm always one step in front.
Yeah.
With gi, I don't think you can do anything without grips. And Jiu Jitsu is the same. Like, all the techniques require you winning the grip. Because if whatever guard you're playing, if I control your sleeve and stop you doing that, you can't play your guard.
Yeah.
So you have to win the grip first. So, like, principles like that should be in no-gi. I don't think it is, because a lot of people specialise in no-gi now and they haven't learnt them principles in gi.
Yeah.
Which is one of the main things I brought over from Judo, is that you got a jacket on or not, you need to win the fucking grip.
So yeah, you're saying like winning grips there. So is that even like, so let's say we were in half guard in a gi, you got all of a sleeve versus no gi, pin in the wrist, is that stuff like that? Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
That's why, like, in the gym we'll spar wrist control. I need wrist control everywhere. Like, if you stand up, I'm going to go see. I can tell you what I'm going to do if I spar with you straight away. I'm going to grab your wrists first.
Yeah.
If you then pummel and grab mine, I'll be pummeling to grab yours. Like, that's very simple. Off the back of that, I'm going to try and get to a different position. If you sit guard, I'm going to grab your wrist.
Yep.
When you try and grip fight, then I'm going to do whatever guard passes off the back. If I land in your half guard, I'm going to control your wrist. If I land in your knee shield, I'm going to control your wrist. Half butterfly, I'm going to control your wrist. Ella heaver, I'm going to control your wrist. If you go to turtle, I'm going to control your wrist.
Yeah.
So if you shit at wrist control, your gripping's wank.
Fair enough. So, you don't agree with training the gi improves your no-gi, but there is principles that need to be carried over.
Massively, yeah.
Next question. Beginning BJJ, what to expect training 2 sessions per week?
Again, it depends where you're coming from.
Yeah.
If you were going to train twice a week in our gym, then I'd say do a Wednesday and a Thursday. Well, you'd have Wednesday, Thursday or Friday technical sessions that you could choose from.
Yep.
Wednesday is always passing. Thursday is always bottom work. After that's always wrestling.
Yep.
Friday nights are always submissions. So you can fucking expect that.
Yeah.
Depends on the gym you go into.
Saunus, would that be a thing to start with?
Technical, no.
No.
I think technical's so.
Oh yeah, if you're just doing
light.
technique, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Sparring. Is this someone that's only just started?
Yeah, I'm assuming beginning BJJ. I'm assuming they are just starting. I mean, I'll talk from experience. Like, I only started at Carltons in 2020.
You got cradle fucked, didn't you?
Mate, yes. So my first ever session, I was getting to side. They was getting me in side control. So then I was trying to shrimp out because that's like what you just told to do, or whatever. And then this thing happened called a cradle, and someone put my knee through my teeth.
I remember you saying, mate, at the end, excuse me, mate. What's this position? Like, I keep hip escaping, like someone's showing me to do, and then they keep putting my head on my knee.
Literally, I just got squeezed to death, but. Yeah, like you saying there, like beginning BJJ, I mean, I'll talk from experience. Like, for me, it was a recovery thing. Like, it used to drain me emotionally. Like, I'd wake up the next day feeling like a fucking soy boy sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, I just wanted to throw myself into the deep end and train hard. But also as well, mate, like, expect to just like have, like, I don't want to sound all philosophical, but expect to have your life changed. Like, getting into this sport, it's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. It's just like, not just the physical side of things, it's the social side of things. It destroys your ego as a man. Like, you're not as fucking tough as you think you are, you know what I mean? And it just shows you that you are vulnerable and you always have to be willing to learn.
What I would say to him, though, is, and I say this to all the new starters now in the gym, is try and get through 2 months.
Yeah.
Because when you first start, your mind's going to get blown.
Yeah.
Because it's completely new shit. Hopefully you're in a gym that if you attend the same session every week, it'll be building on the previous week. But still, you'll get your mind blown. And then just as you start to think you're understanding stuff, you'll spar and none of it'll work because now you're fatigued.
Yep.
You've never done it under fatigue before. So for the first 2 months, you might not get battered because people shouldn't be battering you, but you're basically going to get no success.
Yeah, it's like surviving, aren't you? Like,
yeah.
What'd you say? Your first 1 or 2 years of jiu-jitsu is just pretty much surviving.
Yeah, and I think then you've got to get through them 2 months. For things like in 2 months, you might catch your first arm triangle.
Yeah.
Something, you might get one sweep from the bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
like things do start to click, or you might even start getting caught with things,
Yep.
but you understand why. Like little things start to click, and then it's easier to keep coming.
Yep.
But that first 8 weeks, you're gonna get no success. You're gonna go home, get in the car, and forget what you've just done.
Yeah.
And you lose a lot of people in them first 8 weeks that
Yeah.
had potential, and you think, mate, if you just got through 8 weeks,
Yeah.
2 years later you could have been really good.
Yeah.
But you fucked off because you felt a bit shit after 6 weeks.
Yeah. That's really good. That's really good. That, I mean, like, yeah. If the guy is called Ash, if you take anything from that, just stick it out. Stick it. It's gonna be hard, but fucking stick it.
Everything's hard though.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
everything's
what,
hard.
it's
Sitting at
hard,
home
but
and
it'll make everything else seem easier.
Yeah, exactly. Or you also might start getting addicted to saying the word oos as well. Everything's oos. Next question. You ever getting bothered when out for a beer?
This guy asks me this all the time. All the time.
I've got a theory on this. I reckon this guy's banged you out in the past and he's waiting for you to say, no, mate, no, they haven't. And then he's going to go, you're a liar, mate, I dropped you.
It's true. Like, there was one bouncer that gave me a crack when I was, 21? I was going through a bit of a bad phase and I was pissed up. He didn't drop me, though. But, no, don't, mate, because I just avoid it.
Yeah.
Like, if I get drunk, which is rare now, I'm not looking for trouble. I end up getting that drunk and I'm just sat in a corner fucking...
It's just one of the stupidest things in the world as well. Like, I for me, I have no respect for a man that goes out on a weekend to look for a fight. I think you're a fucking pussy. Like, if you want a fucking scrap, I remember this is going to sound quite soft, but even in rugby, when the lads used to have a scrap in rugby, it's like, lads, if you want a fucking scrap, go boxing or go to an MMA gym. Like,
the thing is, for me now, I train that much through the week. If I went out on a Saturday, the last thing I'd want to do is have a fight.
yeah.
I've been doing it all week.
Yeah, it's just the most. I mean, like, yeah, like people. I don't know what it is about going out. Like, we did go out 3 weeks ago. Yeah, went out 3 weeks ago, and it did kick off. But that was not us. That's just people just target. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is when people see a group of fellas who look big, jacked, and juicy. They think the first thing to do is start on them. Like, obviously, you know Big Dave. Obviously, nobody who's watching this knows what Big Dave is.
You should do.
Yeah, you should know what Big Dave is. Big Dave is called Big Dave for a reason. He's 6'2", jacked to fuck.
Lives in a stock cupboard.
Lives in a stock cupboard. He's just a big daft cunt. I don't know what it is. Every time he goes out, people just pick on him. And it's like, what are you fucking doing?
It might be, though, because he tells everybody to buy him a beer.
Yeah, he does, yeah. To
Doesn't
be fair,
have
he
a
does need
choice.
banging. If anybody ever does meet Big Dave, please bang fuck out of him. But yeah, I think going out and having a beer and having a fight is stupid. Like, I've lost one of my close friends from back in the past. Her dad got punched outside a pub. Fucking dead.
Yeah,
He's fucking stupid. Yeah. If I can only do 4 to 5 hours a week at Jits, what's the best split between sparring and rolling? Great question from a pervert called Rick Danforth.
Sparring and rolling, or sparring and drilling?
It says sparring and rolling. Maybe sparring. Between sparring and rolling. Maybe. Or does it mean like flow rolling?
We don't flow roll.
No. Rick don't flow roll
Don't
either.
do that, Rick. If this is Rick, we're going to say as well, change your clothing more than twice a week. Come away from Under Armour vest, mate, because literally they went out of fashion about 15 years ago. And change them horrendous spandex that you're rolling, and then we'll talk. I'm presuming he means drilling, because there's no split between sparring and rolling. I'd just say it's got to be 3 and 2, one way or the other, as in 3 hours of technique, 2 hours of sparring, or vice versa. 3 hours of sparring, 2 hours of technique.
Yeah. I'll ask a question for him. If he has only got a limited time for this stuff, how would you say he should spar? Should he treat every spar like a competition?
No, like, I think it depends on the time of year. Like, you can't spar like it's a comp all year round, because, like, 1, you'll be fucked.
Yep.
2, you will not learn. Like, you just won't progress. Like, for me, like, sparring's got to be playful. When I say playful, it's like playful with an intensity.
Yep.
So, like, when I spar, personally, I'll push the pace as hard as I can, but I'm literally playing with shit. Like, I want to be put on the bottom. I want to be in a bad position. I'm going to try submissions that I've probably never tried before. I'm going to try things that I'm working on.
Yeah.
So it's all playful in that sense.
So why is it when I roll with you, all you try to do is fucking mother's milk me, daft bastard?
Because you do my head in, and I just like doing that to you.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, but like for me, it's when I'm sparring, it's about being playful, practicing stuff, but with a pace. So you're building a condition, and then the difference between that and sparring, say 6 weeks, 4 weeks to a competition, is I might get one more club visit in a week to get exposure to different styles and different bodies, and my sparring comes a little bit away from practicing things and going more towards the things that I'm gonna be chasing come my match.
With the limited time as well in training, would you say to these people, like pick certain moves or another word in routine, but like I forgot the way it is, but would you say try like a game plan? Would you try stick to that game plan and like refine that as much as you can, or would you kind of say still explore?
I hate game plans.
Oh dear.
Yeah, because I just think they're so easy to go out the window, and people that live by game plans, normally when they get took an inch out of the game plan, they're fucked.
Yeah.
So like, if my game plan is to take you down, mount you, arm triangle you, but you come out and take me down, then my game plan's gone.
Yep.
And if I've been focusing on that specific game plan for 2 months, my head's gone.
Yep.
Whereas for me, it's just like, it's Jiu Jitsu. Like for Judo, it's a bit different. Like Judo, I could grip, move, try this for all. If it don't work, the ref's going to stand us back up.
Yep.
Jiu Jitsu, it's just a fucking scramble.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a train like that. If you land on your back, just continue. Like,
Yeah.
there shouldn't be any pauses, and try and build that into your sparring when you're being playful.
Yeah.
Whether that's to work to get up, or work to sweep, or work to submit. And everything, and find your game, so not a game plan, but your game. Like I have my game where every position, I know where I'm going next.
Yep.
So like we do them little 3-minute rounds now and then in the club where if you're my partner, you're not resisting at all, you're just letting me work. And I have got to be able to continuously move from one position to the other for 3 minutes without pausing. Yeah. And if I get to a position where I'm pausing, then that's the position I need to work on, because I don't know where I'm going next. Yeah. I think with Jiu Jitsu, that's really important. That whatever submission I'm attacking, I know exactly where I could go next. And there shouldn't be a position that you can put me in that I'm like, shit, what do I do here? Otherwise, if there is, that's the position you need to focus on for a little bit.
Yeah, that's fucking bang on. Right then, what we got? Owen, what's a typical day of food look like for you?
I said it before, and I'm not great with food. Like, at the minute, because I'm trying to put a bit of weight on, I'm trying to eat about 4,000 calories a day. So the easiest way I'm finding to do that is to start my day with a gold top. So,
if you don't know what gold top, it's like the best milk in the world.
Yeah.
It's like straight out the cow's tit, innit?
Yeah. So I do 750 ml of that on the way to teaching at 7. So I think that's about 750 calories.
Yep.
Then we'll teach 7 till 9, and then I'll go straight to the gym and lift. I'll have a little shake before it, which is about, I think, 250 calories. So there's my 1,000 done by like 10 o'clock, which I think is pretty helpful. Then I have another one of them straight after. Then I'll jump in sauna, and then I go home, and then I'll eat 600 to 800 calories. Couple more hours.
What you there? Is it like meat and rice?
Normal meal. Like I'll just have some sort of meat, some sort of carbs that I'll eat though. Will be like rice, sweet potato, fries, normal new potatoes, jacket potatoes. Not really fries. Really, I stay away from fries.
Just for those who are into details, are you fucking filling that with sauce, olive oil, fucking?
Mate, honestly, like anything really. Yeah. Like I'm not overly bothered about the sauce. Like I've never been, like, unless I've been on a food plan to cut weight, I've never counted calories. Never been strict with it, because I've always said to myself, like, you train that fucking hard, eat.
Yeah. And if you're eating habitually well, you don't really need to, do you? Sorry, mate, no, carry on, sir.
And I'll have a shake again.
Is this your monster shake? Is when you're in that?
I have that trained TBJP. So he sends us on that trained by JP, so I'll use his stuff. So I'll have the shake, and then I'll put it with whole milk, peanut butter, I threw some mad shit in there though. A couple of bananas. Sometimes, you get them big honking yogurts. I'll just fuck off and throw a full one of them in. That's a big shake. I don't know how many calories, but it must be, it takes me about fucking half an hour.
That must be about 750 to 1,000.
It's got to be.
For independent peanut butter and that.
So I'll whack that, and then I will teach at 7, spar at 8, and then I'll have a meal, which is light before, some sort of carbs, good carbs.
Yep.
Some sort of meat, veg, and then I'll have the shake after food. Because you told me that, didn't you? Where you said,
you're
trying to up your calories, have a shake after a meal, because you can always drink, but you can't always chew.
Yeah.
And that fucking helps me.
It does.
Like, if I'm ever if I've had a shit day where I'm a bit low on my calories today, my next 2 meals, I'll bang a big shake after each one of them, because no matter how sick I feel, I can always sip.
Yeah, you can always sip away, and that's it. You don't have to take gulps, can you? Just keep sipping it, sipping it, sipping it. Decent. Well, we have got 15 minutes, so we might have to fly through these. We've got some daft questions to come. How many times a week should I train arms to look like Owen?
Mate, I said this before. Get a towel, take it everywhere. Take it everywhere.
I think you've got to take the TNDO approach. That means take no days off.
Not with arms. With arms, you've got to be every day. Grab a towel, take it everywhere. There's always something you can put a towel around and fucking lift.
I agree. I think if I was going to give you a smart answer, if you're training 2 to 4 times a week, and you're getting 2 upper sessions in, there's already hitting our arms there. Then if you slip fucking maybe another one in there somewhere, you're pretty sound, wouldn't you?
I think that's good, yeah. I do love doing arms though. I do them a lot.
Mate, honestly, I think arm training, why would you not do it? There's a big thing in essence, like the S&C world, like, you should be doing that. It's like, why the fuck would you not? If you have a stronger bicep, tricep, you're going to be saving from arm bars, but also you're going to look good, feel good.
This isn't like a man thing, or it is a bit. I'm all for equality and that. But as a man, you should have big arms.
Do you know what? As I was having this conversation with the Ox, I was slagging you off to him. It was all about how you have achieved so much respect from everybody. And I was like, I think genuinely, when we go meet a bloke and the guy's got a big pair of pipes on him, you go, do you know what? Fair fucks. You have a big pair of pipes, Dad.
I always go off it in a pub, mate.
Yeah.
Someone stood there with a pint, and he's got a big fucking forearm, you think, bloke.
Yeah, you do. And I think you instantly give him more respect, don't you?
Yeah. And
if you've got arms built like a cigarette, it's like, pussy.
You're going to need your arms one day, aren't you? Yeah. Just get them fucking strong.
Yeah, exactly. Mate, big arms are the way forward. Look good, feel good. What's Owen's take on New Year's resolutioners? Mate,
it's a funny one, because, they do me head in. The gym's been rammed this week. I couldn't even park my car on fucking Monday. But in the same time, it's they're annoying like that, but like fair play as well. Do you know what I mean? Look how many people have come in our gym who've had horrendous backgrounds.
Yeah.
They were probably a New Year's resolutioner who stuck at it, and now they're fucking phenomenal. Yeah. And it's they do me head in terms of the gym's rammed.
Yeah.
But I'm all for it. A New Year's resolution could literally be someone getting over a fucking drugs habit, or someone who has been in and out of fucking prison, and he's like, right, I need to give this a go to sort my life out. I'm all for that shit. That's fucking...
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Some of the best things for me having a gym is, I'm not going to name any of them, but we've literally got a good handful of members who've had
they've had their life turned around,
pretty shit last 10 years.
Yeah.
I've been in some bad places.
Yeah.
And now they're getting graded, and they fucking love the gym, and that's class. That's better than anyone winning a medal.
Purpose, mate, innit? Take this in the most positive way. Some people literally do live to go to. Some men go to work to provide for the kids, the home, the family, and that's all they've got. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's an amazing achievement in itself. But then when they find something like Jiu Jitsu, and they finally go, do you know what? I've got some purpose outside of my own little life.
That's what it's about for me. It's more about that than someone winning a fucking medal.
It's like a three-legged stool, innit? It's like you want to go 3 places, don't you? You go home, and you go to home, go to work. Having the gym is like that third leg of the stool. That's what keeps you up. It's like when it's shit at home, it's shit at fucking work. You've got this place here where it's gonna be fucking even better for you. And I think with resolution is we've all got one goal. And that's just to be better So fuck yeah, like support to them all. Anyways, how can I get good at street fighting? We've got 10 minutes.
Just move on.
Yeah.
It's a fucking waste of time. Though.
Would you rather have a massive tooth or one massive tooth or one massive foot?
I go for tooth because I'm struggling in the teeth department.
Yeah, I think I'd just go one massive tooth and just pull the cunt out.
Yeah. Oh, I'd keep it. Yeah.
How do you get girls in the gym?
How do what?
How do you get girls in the gym?
As in, like, pull them?
I'm assuming.
Mate, I'd never pulled a girl in the gym.
Yeah.
Like, if you've seen me train in the gym, I'm in the corner of the gym just fucking grunting on my own.
Sweating.
There's no girl in this world speaking to that.
Yeah.
And you dress like a knobhead, so there's absolutely no chance you're getting a girl speaking to that either.
Normally they speak to me because I would like feel sorry for me.
No,
The outfit I'm wearing.
You don't speak to you.
How do you get girls in the gym? You don't. You go there to lift and get jacked. Why every time I wake up, I'm bricked up?
Testosterone.
Hey, that's good, yeah, mate.
Good level.
If that is one thing, actually, shout out to all the men. If you are not waking up with a hard on anymore, I would recommend you go get a blood test. I'm not saying everyone needs TRT or testosterone, but a leading indicator to low testosterone is if you are not getting a hard on in the morning. Flaccid, yeah. So if you are getting bricked up, then unfortunately.
What a word.
Yeah, by the way, if you don't know what bricked up means, it means getting a fucking hard on.
What a fucking word.
I want you to start using that word this week. In fact, if you hear this clip or
hashtag bricked up.
Hashtag bricked up. And last one, how can I get a girlfriend? Oh, sorry, there's more, but this is from the same person. How do I get a girlfriend?
Jacked.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Helps a lot.
Do you know what, mate? I'm going to use the word fat as in PHAT. Get some fat biceps, get some fat bank account, and then you'll get some fat ass all over you.
Yeah, there'll be some success along that way.
Yeah, power, status, looks. You know what I mean? Like being alpha male and all that shite.
Don't you need the looks?
Nah,
Don't need the looks.
nah.
You've got a few birds.
Oh yeah. Few blokes. I'm joking. Right. No plans to compete at the IBJJ Worlds or Euros?
No, like I've said this loads as well. Like I wasn't even really bothered about competing when we first opened the gym.
Yep.
It's only like kind of fell into it.
What person are they competing?
Yeah, like when I opened the gym, I opened it just to run a gym.
Yep.
I was ready to be a coach. Or
Yep.
I thought I was ready to be a coach. And then I was just training with everyone that I was teaching, and I was feeling pretty fit. Like not how I used to be, but pretty fit. So I thought, well, if I'm pretty fit, then I might as well just have a crack, like for the fun of it.
Yep.
And it's still fun now.
Yeah,
like it's probably why it's going so well, because I just want to go out and literally lever someone, and I think that's what people like to see.
Do you think that's because there's no like that pressure now? Like obviously when you're competing in judo, it's like you had to get these points to get to this position, to get to this role, to get to this fucking
and it just completely affected your performance.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like I care about losing, obviously. So
Yeah.
when I say I don't care, I do care for 10 minutes, and then I realise I've still got my gym.
You still got a
my
bit.
family.
Yeah.
Like this isn't my life anymore.
Yeah,
like competing's fun. My life is my family and my gym.
Yep.
So what was the question again?
Have you got it? Well, it says no plans to compete at the IFBJJ Worlds or Euros.
IBJJF's like I would.
Yeah.
I'd do it. But I'm just not bothered about doing
Yeah.
it. And then when you look at it as in something I'm not bothered about, something I'm not bothered about, and to do it, it's going to cost me fucking 200 quid.
Yeah.
It's like I've never paid 200 quid for a tournament in my life.
Yeah.
Like judo, expensive tournament, £60-200. Like Jiu Jitsu tournaments are crazy.
Yeah,
like,
made the price come right up on it.
the kids in our gym wanted to do the first comp the other month, and it was like 75 quid for a kid to enter. It's like kids comp doesn't even mean anything. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like how are we paying 75 quid for a kid to fight another kid? Both don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah. They just kind of
It's
run each
fun.
other, don't they? They
We're
run each
paying
other.
75 quid to have fun now.
Yeah.
Like, but IBJJF just, there's a massive process of registering, and no one fucking cares if you get for me, grappling, it's about ADCC.
Yeah.
And that's why it's the most popular tournament. Like, ski, I'm not too fussed about competing. If I got offered a match against someone in a gi, I'd definitely take it. Don't know how it'd go. But to enter an IBJJF tournament in gi, I'd have to focus my training on gi, and I just don't want to do it.
No. Right. We'll move on. We've got 6 minutes. How to burn fat while working hard.
Yeah, it's probably better for you. That like I just say
Mate,
calorie deficit.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, I'll quickly just answer this really quickly because of time constraints. But calorie deficit. That's all you got to do. You've got to look at your calorie intake. It doesn't matter what you do exercise wise at all. Like, you've got to look at the gym as either muscle building or muscle retention. You've got to look at cardio if you're into doing your cardio and all that stuff. There is just for extra expenditure. And that is it. That is literally it. You can burn fat not working hard. In fact, probably the best fat loss plan in the world is, if you're just talking purely fat loss, I'm not talking muscle gain, muscle retention or anything like that, it's put yourself in a calorie deficit and go for a walk every day. Just walk until your feet hurt. I guarantee you'll lose in fact, you will lose a load of body fat. Anyways, we'll keep moving on. How long should someone be training before a show like Almighty FC or Cage Steel? But I will warn you, we've only got 4 minutes.
So it's like MMA as well. Like, I've said this to a few lads in the gym. Like, MMA is different to grappling.
Yep.
Like, you go to a grappling tournament underprepared, you get choked, tap, the ref stops it. MMA, you go in underprepared, you get knocked the fuck out in front of your family and friends. It's very different.
Yep.
Again, it depends how you're training. Like, if in our gym now you've got MMA, you've got bottom work Monday morning, you've got wrestling in the open Tuesday morning, you've got Danny Mitchell's MMA class Tuesday night,
Yep.
you've got wall wrestling on a Wednesday morning, you've got boxing with Luke Campbell on a Thursday, the lads go and spar at AVT on a Friday, and they spar at ours on a Sunday. If by training you mean you're doing all of them sessions that I've just mentioned, then 3 months I reckon you're ready to fight. If you're doing 2 a week, then maybe 6 to 12 months.
Yep.
If you come in as a top level grappler and you only need striking, 3 months. This is an amateur, by the way. 8-ounce gloves that they spar in anyway. You're only taking your shin pads off. It's 3 threes.
Yep.
But for me, the more you train, the less amount of time you're gonna have to wait.
Would you rather someone do like one of those ultra MMAs, or would you rather them like towards a
Ultra MMA is fucking shit.
We'll move on. Guard pullers discuss. Ha ha ha. What do you think is wrong with competitive jiu-jitsu?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just think it can go a little bit down the pothole of being unrealistic to anything else.
Yeah,
and I don't like that.
Yeah, like, I think one of the things that resonated with me, what you said the most, was imagine spending 10 years being amazing on your back, and then not like it would happen, but let's say you do get chinned. What you do is you lay on your fucking back. It's like,
well, imagine spending 10 years in a sport that is an aspect of MMA, but never being able to transition.
Yeah, no, it's a fair point.
Or when you transition, you got to learn how to strike, how to wrestle, how to wall wrestle, how to control someone with top pressure. So basically, you've only learned one aspect, and I just think that's a little, because of the way sports jiu-jitsu is now, I think the ones coming through now, there will scurrily be a lot of people who are phenomenal at leg locks and bottom work, but fuck all else, which is quite scary, because
I suppose we can flip this on its head. It's like, for those who are doing serious competitive jiu-jitsu, like, there's nothing wrong with it, because that's what they've got to do, what they've got to do to win, aren't they? You know what I mean? Like we have a joke, skitting guard players, but it's a joke.
Yeah. Like, it's part of the game.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that. It's very biased because I'm from a judo background. I think it's boring as fuck.
Yep, that's fair. And that's, you got to do what you like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like all the little guard players maybe give me some shit for that.
Yeah,
I'm not bothered.
No. It's fuck all in the grand scheme of things in the world, isn't it?
You do your shit, I'll do mine. Basically.
Right, last question. Any specific mindset / training tips for preparing for your first comp?
First ever comp, I'd say just enjoy it for one.
Yeah.
Like, it means fuck all in the big picture.
Yep.
If you lose, literally no one's going to be bothered, apart from yourself. Be as consistent as you can with training.
Yep.
To give you the best chance, and for you to be able to walk off the mat if you do lose and have no regrets.
Yeah.
Because as a coach, it just does my head in when people want to fight or want to compete, but they don't want to train. It's like, you just want the win without doing the work, and that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So you're doing me fucking head in.
Yeah.
If you want something, work for it.
Yeah.
So I'd say if it's someone's first comp, put the work in, keep learning, don't overthink about winning.
Yep.
Go and practice some shit, make your mistakes, feel how much difference of an environment it is, feel the nerves, know that you've got to compete more to get used to the nerves, work on the mistakes that you will definitely make, and just aim to get better each time until you are actually able to use them nerves in a positive way, so it actually makes you perform better, which will only actually happen with experiencing that feeling and letting that feeling fuck you up a good few times.
Yeah.
And just keep aiming to progress and never...
Just make sure you can get yourself back up in it. Like, if you do fail, get back up. If you do win, get back and get straight back up.
You can't do this without failing.
Yeah, that's
like,
it,
if you're in the wrong sport, like, if you want to do this sport but not fail, then it's impossible.
Yeah.
Like, everybody fails. Like, and everyone who's at the top now have failed a million times, and that's why they're at the top.
Yeah. Well, that was fucking great. We'll have to wrap up there. We appreciate you listening to everyone. It would be amazing if you could fucking do the old like, share. You can actually review us now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We're also on YouTube. And if you do have any questions, if you want to reach out to us, feel free to do so. You've got at Owen Livesey on Instagram, and I think that's it, really, isn't it?
Yeah. And please, you tag us in anything, put #BrickedUp.
Yes, please. Share the clip of #BrickedUp. Thank you for watching, everyone, and have a great day.
Os.